The power of taking small steps. There's the obvious reason, because you get stuff done. Okay, but there are metaphysical reasons galore. I have come up with 12 unique reasons that speak to all that can shift in your life just because you showed up. Jambo, fellow adventurers, it's Mike Dooley. This time pre-recorded from Queenstown, New Zealand, where I'm taking a group on a wow tour. I do this every 6 months. I hope I get to do it with you one day soon. Let me just share with you my view from Queenstown. Oh, wow. We've been out on this amazing lake learning the secrets and traditions of the Maori, the indigenous people, and it is breathtaking. Every view is like a postcard from heaven. So anyway, here we go. The power of taking small steps. There's the obvious reason, because you get stuff done. Okay, but there are metaphysical reasons galore. I have come up with 12 unique reasons that speak to all that can shift in your life just because you showed up. A note from the universe once said, you don't take the baby steps for the distance they cover. That would psych anyone out, okay? You carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You dream of getting to the top of the mountains, champagne, caviar, having it all. But then you got to take these little tiny baby steps, okay? It's like, how could that ever align with the life of my dreams and all that you want to achieve? I know what that feels like. But what it boils down to, living in these holographic illusions of time and space, is you realizing that your physical senses lie. Where you are is not who you are. You are infinitely more. And the baby steps you take are infinitely more, for the reasons I'm about to lay out, than just trying to cover some distance. Instead, choose to see your baby steps as how you unleash life's magic. Choose to see every little baby step as something that makes you a lightning rod for serendipities and so-called coincidences. And for all these other reasons I'm about to give to you. Too often we think that if you really got it and you were enlightened, you would be at that place of just peace, radiating joy, on the side of a mountain. You don't need anyone or anything. Solitary confinement would just be so cool. It's like, man, enlightenment got a bum rap from some who knows what, thinking, whatever. A note from the universe, again, love quoting the universe, speaks to this. Sure, with enlightenment, you can do less and have more. But with enlightenment, who would ever want to do less? You live in this Garden of Eden, this bastion of perfection floating through the cosmos, this emerald blue planet where there's love around every corner and infinite possibilities at your disposal that can be ramped up and multiplied exponentially. Yeah, exponential on infinite, that's a big number. By you dancing life's dance, by you going out into the sunshine, by you finding out what you like, what you love, what you're good at, and hey, that's not really for me. I found out because I took some action. This is your dance with life. It will be ironic one day that anybody would give a talk on, go on, take more baby steps. It's like, doesn't everybody want to take more baby steps? It's not a baby step because you're not engaged with life and you're going to do something so magic can happen. It's like, it's full-on miracles, baby, every single day in every corner of the world, and your life is proof of this. This is how you view why you take baby steps. Not to do the hard stuff. And yes, some baby steps are not glamorous in the beginning, but eventually an upward spiral takes off. And you most want to try new stuff. You most want to roll up your sleeves and go back out there. I talk about demonstrations. I talk about acting as if. I talk about these baby steps. I talk about, creative visualization. Truly, the time swiftly comes when you get on a roll that these things, your life is a demonstration. Your life is a baby step. You're always imagining good going to great. You're an automatic living, breathing affirmation. The time comes when you don't have to think, what will I do today to spark the magic? Because every day you will be dancing life's dance. You'll be doing this stuff. You'll be entertaining great, grandiose dreams. I beg you, don't put the cart before the horse and say, yeah, I don't need to do that because my life is automatically there. Until you have the Midas touch, until you are surrounded by friends and laughter, until you have a career that you absolutely adore, until you're doing that, then push yourself down these paths to take these baby steps. So, shall we roll up our sleeves and talk about the magic that awaits you through simple baby steps that you take for the fun of it because you know life's going to reach you that much quicker? This is all else that happens. The magic of taking small steps. All right. Okay. They help you see farther than you can imagine. Taking action breeds clarity. I outline all the baby steps I take, in Playing the Matrix live and the online course. And again, I am struck and dumbfounded with the epiphanies that then came to me after taking a sucky baby step down a sucky path. Like sending out emails as Mike. Okay? That was a sucky path. That was not the life of my dreams, but it was something given I had time on my hand. And it was something that eventually led to this inner feeling. I bet I could say more if I wrote as the universe. I bet it would be more impactful. I bet it would be more fun. And lo and behold, by taking the action, not only was it more fun for me, but for subscribers. And it turned out there's room for humor when you're writing as the universe. I never would have known that. In the beginning, I thought, this is a bit arrogant, Mike, if you think you're going to write as the universe. A bit pompous, unsolicited. But when you read my notes, I hope you agree, there is room for levity. And I'm not falling down funny by any stretch, but all you got to do is say at the end of a note, you rock, the universe. It's like, yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about. That's my kind of divine intelligence. I never would have got there had I not taken that step. I never would have discovered that I like creative writing to that degree. I never would have found out I really have an audience out there that wants to hear more from what I'm saying had I not timidly taken that step into creative writing. You see things. You understand things. You comprehend things. You cultivate an empathy that never would have existed had you not taken a baby step. And it's not just sending an email to a mailing list to see what they think. It might be polishing off your resume. It might be continuing education. It might be making some cold calls that lead you to some friend, kind of drab, didn't really want to hang out with them, but you're a good sport. Then they invite you to the Christmas party at the bank that you did not want to go to, whereupon you meet Rocco, Bruno, or Trixie. It's like, oh my gosh, suddenly you realize that your people are out there and they're just yearning to meet you. And if you go down any path, clarity comes, confidence comes, connections come. That's further down the list. So, number 2 out of 12, you embolden your own empowering beliefs. We were talking about beliefs last week, right? You embolden those beliefs of yours that already existed that you may not know of, that propel you down the path to quicker manifestations. You might not even have known it, but when you take action, your inner witness, we've been talking about that, your inner witness sees this new behavior, this new pathway, these new expectations. Curiosity is stirred. Optimism is aroused. Expectation is excited because you took these baby steps. And any belief you would have had that said, my day's coming, I'm worthy, It's got my name all over it, even if you're not sure those are your beliefs. They're like, hell to the yes, this is who I am, this is what we're talking about. You embolden empowering beliefs that are already in alignment with the life of your wildest dreams. And when we were talking about beliefs last week, you don't know what your invisible limiting ones are, and you don't generally know what your invisible empowering ones are. So if you live a life vis-a-vis through baby steps and all else we teach here, in alignment with that which you desire, limiting beliefs fall away, which is the next point, and empowering beliefs are emboldened and new beliefs are installed. I'm getting ahead of myself. You can literally, number 3, literally install brand new empowering beliefs with baby steps. Again, your inner witness sees this isn't the same old Mike. This is a glad-hearted Mike. This is a confident Mike, even if you feel timid. This is a Mike going out into the world with expectations. We talk about acts of faith and demonstrations as playfully pretending you know of the inevitable arrival of your dream. Also, playful demonstrations as if your dream already came true. Okay, so there's something, and we've talked about it already, to playfully demonstrating. It's fun, and it convinces you and the universe, your inner witness, that things are changing. Do you know what one of the most powerful, playful demonstrations is? A baby step. Yeah, you polishing off your resume, you dialing a cold call phone number, you mingling on a dating website, you going out and being vulnerable in a place where you might make a new friend. Those are real action steps that also act as demonstrations, speaking to your inner witness, thy will shall be done, and so it will. As I just said, getting ahead of myself in point 2, now on point 4, point 3 was you can literally install new beliefs. Point 4, as I said, you erode and erase invisible, limiting, self-sabotaging beliefs. Because if you believe you're not worthy, but your baby steps show that you are demonstrating worthiness and you're out there expecting to meet some people, press some flesh, have a new friend, increase your circle of your network. If you had an invisible limiting belief that said, not worthy, but your inner witness sees you out there acting like you're worthy, even if you feel like you're not worthy, the invisible limiting belief will give way and be eroded and no longer make sense in light of your behavior. And as your life begins to slowly morph in this new direction that supports you, your invisible limiting beliefs that you had that would have contradicted this new life no longer make sense. And so they're dissolved, and you never had to name them or know what they were. When your inner witness sees you behaving through small steps, it suppresses, takes all the air and oxygen out of the room for any beliefs that say, that's not you, that's not how it's going to happen, you're not up to it. You've always stayed at home, you always said no way, you always said that's not your cup of tea, you always claimed to be an introvert. You suck the air right out of the room. You override in the moment anything that contradicted your belief that you are moving forward. And what is a baby step, a small step, but an act of moving forward? To hell with the circumstances that don't seem to be changing, I'm moving forward. And then all the inner workings of your mind begin shifting and changing. Now, how can I talk in paradise when a steamship goes by taking people up to the lake where they do all kinds of magical things? We did that yesterday. It was truly amazing. Now let me make sure I'm still on camera. Yes, I am. Okay, so point 5. For every step you take, it just keeps getting better. You don't even need any more reasons to take small steps, do you? But there's more coming. For every baby step you take, for every one step you take, the universe takes 10,000 on your behalf in the same direction. Every step, 10,000 more. One more step, 10,000 more. 2 more steps, 20,000 more. Can you imagine how it piles up? Can you imagine the momentum you're gaining? Beyond just what you're doing, the entire prop, stage, setting start shifting around. New people are summoned into your circle of influence. People who are not in alignment are gently escorted to the sidelines. Every step you take, the universe takes 10,000. Guess what happens when you stop taking steps? The universe stops. Just keep dancing life's dance. Keep going. Keep showing up. Couldn't be easier. All right. Number 6. By showing up, by getting out into the world, a world that you have already commissioned big miracles with your earlier defined end results. You got a dream, the universe is heaving and hoeing and pressing it to you. But if you're not out, you're not reachable. If you show up, it's like, aha, Mike's gone bowling. Mike's at the mall. Mike is rolling. Now there's a new friend, a bright idea, a poster, a billboard, that's the word I was looking for. Somebody shouting across the mall or the bowling lanes, and it makes you think of something you hadn't thought of. Now you're reachable. Suddenly there are serendipities and so-called coincidences that start piling up that you don't become aware of, nor do you see the 10,000 steps taken on your behalf until much later on when the dream comes true. But then you'll look back and you'll be like, man, so glad I took up bowling. So glad I went to the mall. So glad I did everything that I did. Because then I met Bob, who was kind of boring, but he introduced me to Rocco, who changed my world, who introduced me to, the internet, the this, the that, and it's like, wow, the trail you've tread was laden with miracles, but at the time they seemed ordinary. Good thing you kept on taking those baby steps. There's a real favorite note from the universe that I wanted to share when it comes to point 6. Every step you take, you become more of a lightning rod for miracles. I share this in my full day workshops now. The secret behind miracles is that the one performing them begins without any knowledge whatsoever of exactly how they will succeed. Yet still, they begin. When you move, I move the universe. Taking action demonstrates intention. Intention cannot exist unless there's an end result. Because you're moving now, there's expectation, there's optimism, there's all these things that I've been saying. This is the act of performing miracles. And I literally believe, excuse me for saying, Jesus said that it is not him that does the miracles he performs. It is his Father. It is not you and me, the mortal. It is the magic we unleash by showing up. And if you show up with an intention through a baby steps to meet a travel partner, or if you show up with an intention to heal a leper, excuse me, but it is exactly the same thing. And I am not of any religion, but there's jewels and treasure in every holy book, and there's lots surrounding the life of Jesus, as there are every other prophet I am quite convinced of. But it is through the belief, the intention that I will heal, that I will unleash your healing powers, that spontaneous miracles happen, and equally stunning, the big miracles that transform a life in little microscopic ways that you don't see until you arrive. And then you're like, oh my God, what did I ever do to deserve so much? With my mortal flailings, in the dark, in fear, no self-confidence, kept showing up. How could it have yielded so much? I ask that question almost every day. Here, in the Garden of Eden of planet Earth, and the whole dang Earth is the Garden of Eden. It's like, what did I ever do to deserve so much? I was so riddled with self-doubt. You're going to be asking the same question. Number 7, sometimes knocking on one door forces another to open. I'll never forget asking somebody if they would lend me their ear and give me advice on becoming a speaker. And the whole evening was for nothing. All I did was buy them beer and myself beer. And we talked about other things. Then 4 days later, another door opened that I didn't expect to open because I asked for help in speaking, but he invited me to do an audio program together as a joint venture. Long and the short of it is, he bowed out after he taught me how to do it. I launched Infinite Possibilities, The Art of Living Your Dreams, that became a blockbuster audio program that became a New York Times bestseller. Knocking on one door, taking baby steps in that direction, might take you in this direction. Lo and behold, your life is transformed. Number 8, you meet new people. Number 9, the busier you are, the quicker time flies. Kind of, trite, but if you're in a place where like, I really want change, this takes your eye off the boiling pot, which is number 10, takes your eye off the boiling pot. Number 11, helps you discover your unknown talents. I got a note from the universe I'm about to share with you on that. By taking action and showing up, you find out what you like. You find out what you love. You find out what you're good at. You find out what you don't like. You can make clearer decisions, all from taking action, in addition to all else that it did for you. Number 12, helps you find what you really like, love, and are good at. Okay, I got ahead of myself. I added 12 to 11 in that description. So there you are, 12 different things that happen magically because you took small steps, all of which will take you to the land of your wildest dreams. Here's that note I wanted to share with you. If you were to ask me, I'd probably say that the number one cause of loneliness in time and space, let that sink in, is not lack of friends, but a lack of keeping busy. I'd even go so far as to say that 9 out of 10 times the solution to every crisis, challenge, or problem, in relationships, careers, or otherwise, is to get busy. I can think of my crises when I finally did some things like turn down my air and save a few pennies when I was worried about losing my home. It made me feel so much better because I was taking control. Let me get back to the note. Because when you get busy, you allow me, divine intelligence, to slide whatever you most need, be it material, spiritual, or a new friend, answers, ideas, or comfort, right under your big old nose. Tally-ho, the universe. Oh, the 1 time out of 10, it's to first be still and then get busy. Taking action saves the day again and again and again. All right, so I got a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, I want you to write down 5 small steps you can take in the direction of your dreams or joy, and then do them in 1 week. Just 5. Some ideas. Visit a Toastmasters club to build that muscle of confidence when it comes to speaking in front of an audience. That will serve you no matter who you are, no matter where you live, no matter what you dream of. Research where you can host your website. You don't have a website yet? Well, where can you do one for free or near free to achieve what you want to achieve, to tell the world about who you are and what you do, if that has relevance? Number 3, update your resume to search for a new adventure. Not a new job, a new adventure. Join a dating website, if that applies. Open an online brokerage account. Maybe you don't have the money to invest yet. Move in that direction. Find out what you learned from opening up an online brokerage account. Get ready. Avalanches of abundance are headed your way. You want to be prepared. Share below what you thought of the ideas in this mini manifesting workshop. Share below your questions. Share below your ahas and epiphanies. Share below earlier successes when a baby step that you didn't even want to take changed your life.